Good morning, aloha from Florida. So there's a statement I've made a few times. I want to make it to you here and then reveal the actual evidence, much of it. When it comes to flat earth, there is a mountain of evidence. When it comes to the globe, there is a mountain of bullshit. Another way you can say this is when it comes to flat earth, there is a mountain of truth. When it comes to the globe, there is a mountain of lies. So let's get into this. Some of the evidence that I've shared on here many times comes from a documentary called Convex Earth with engineers and cartographers, real scientists who work with extremely precise measurements. One of the main ones in their documentary is measuring the surface of a large body of water. Guess what? The natural physics of a large body of water proves the Earth is not a globe. Water does not and cannot display convexity on its surface when it is in a large body. The only time you will see convexity on water is when it is in a very small water droplet or on the top of the rim of a glass where it is called surface tension. So water alone, the natural physics of water, debunks the entire heliocentric delusion called the globe, called outer space, called the solar system, called the magic burning ball of gas, the sun. All of that is false, just with the truth of the natural physics of a large body of water. And Convex Earth, with the engineers and cartographers, proves that. They also proved one building in one city standing perfectly erect, with another building very far away in another city also standing perfectly erect, as if they were side by side. That wouldn't happen if the Earth were a sphere. One of the buildings or the two buildings would be leaning away from each other at such a far distance. So engineers and cartographers, real scientists in the documentary Convex Earth proved that the Earth is flat. Why is it called Convex Earth? Because the land can display convexity on its surface in areas. The water does not, and it cannot. The land displaying convexity here and there is also part of what is called topography, like the peaks and the valleys, the mountains and the hills. The next mountain, or next piece of the mountain of evidence, is the documentary by Vika Drazev, Flatten the Curve, with commercial and military pilots and professionals, aeronautical engineers, merchant marines, the guys who navigate submarines, all proving with real-world applications in the civilian arena and in the military arena that the Earth is flat and stationary, that what they do and what they have done for decades of their life experience could not happen, would not happen, if the Earth were a spinning wet rock in outer space. More evidence is on the Taboo Conspiracy channel by Ben. He has dozens and dozens of experiments with observable, measurable, repeatable proof, evidence that the Earth is flat and stationary. There's more and more and more. If you want a really good book, check out Eddie Alencar and his channel, Flat Earth Banjo USA Japan. Flat Earth Banjo USA Japan. His book is the 16 emergency landings that prove flat Earth. Eddie has a master's degree. He was in emergency management. He didn't understand why one of the airplanes that he was tracking landed in a really weird position during an emergency, so he started looking into it. And lo and behold, the only way that plane could land so fast during emergency where it landed is because the Earth is flat. And the Gleason's map, this map right here, is correct. The globe is false. So there's a lot of evidence, a mountain of evidence for flat Earth, and for the globe, a mountain of bullshit, a mountain of lies. Eric Dubay's book, 200 Proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball. There is a mountain of evidence. It is easy to see if you are willing. Most people who are defending the globe or fighting against flat Earth, they are blinded by bias. They have beliefs about the Earth and outer space and NASA and walking on the moon. They have beliefs, and those beliefs have blinded them. It's called being blinded by bias. The scientists who study apes and chimpanzees and thinks that humans came from that, they have beliefs. They have been blinded by bias. So what does being blinded by bias look like? It looks like a mountain of bullshit. That's what it looks like. Look at that. Look at all the evidence that the people studying evolution have. Look at all the evidence that people trying to defend the globe have, and you'll see it's all subjective beliefs and opinions. Look at the evidence for flat Earth, and you'll see it's actually observable and measurable and repeatable. This is where we live. The earth is like a dartboard laying flat. The bullseye on the dartboard is like the North Pole. Some people say there is a tree there, or was a tree there at some point. Some people say there is a mountain there. The old maps show Rupus Nigre, the black rock or the black mountain. I personally think that if it is a black rock or black mountain there now, it's the stump of an old tree, a huge tree, an ancient tree, a biblical tree. In the sky, directly over the North Pole is Polaris. And everything else that we see in the sky, the sun, the moon, the planets, the wandering stars, and the fixed stars, the constellations, they all move in beautiful spirograph patterns around the center shaft from Polaris down to the earth of the North Pole. Nothing goes around the sun. The sun is not the center of anything. The heliocentric hypothesis is bullshit. It's lies. It's beliefs and opinions. Flat Earth is truth. It is reality. It is observable, measurable, and repeatable. Now, the last little plug is The Mechanical Realm, our new documentary, done, created, and directed by Vika Drazev. I am in that documentary, sharing a few of the things I just shared with you, but mostly we are talking about the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient device, an ancient machine, the world's allegedly first analog computer with very intricate gears, pins and shafts and coaxials and everything in this little shoebox machine, replicating what we see in the sky perfectly. Because this realm is intelligently designed. It works by divine order, not chaos. It is not random. We are not still exploding from some big bang millions of years ago. Everything works perfectly. The earth is an electrical, topographical, stationary plane. The earth is an enclosed electrical, topographical, stationary plane. The earth is an intelligently designed, enclosed, electrical, topographical, stationary plane. And there is a mountain of evidence for that. Have a good day.